Hello guys, welcome to Cartooning with Paul. Today, I'm going to show you how to draw Disney's Peter Pan, so let's get started. Hey guys, yes, this video has been requested over and over and over, and I shelved it for no reason in particular, but I've got a Peter Pan video coming out today on my other channel at Animated Talk. Joshua, we're finally going to draw Peter Pan. So here, I'm going to give you a little peek behind the curtain. I already did this video. Yeah, except my card was full and I didn't know it, and it stopped recording this video about 3 minutes in. I didn't realize until I was finished. So I'm going to be using that drawing as my guide. So here we go. I'm going to start with the circle, right? I've got my vertical and my horizontal axis, and then I threw in that little triangle shape that I usually use when I'm drawing in Bruce Timm females, right? It works for Peter Pan because he has those elf-like features, especially his cheeks. So now I'm just going to round out his head. And from here, what I'm going to do, because I did this the last time, I'm going to give him his stance before I get into the face. So we're going to push his chest out a little bit, and we're going to give him a stance. Now, I was going off of model sheets and production still for my reference originally, but I ended up changing it because the stance on the particular drawing that I was going off of was a little wide. He's not really that cocky. So I got his neck in here, right? We're going to throw in his shoulders on a slight angle like this. Now for Peter, what I do is throw in the oval for the rib cage here, right? Shoulders. And then, because the shoulders are angled like this, the hips are going to be angled like this for balance. All right, now let's from the top of the head down to the bottom of the torso is the length of his legs. So there's the floor, right? Halfway down between his hips and his floor is where the knee goes. And now I can throw in his thigh, and then we're going to round out his calf into his shin. Now this is an art style of one of the greatest animators to ever grace a pencil, Milt Kahl. Milt Kahl was an exceptional draftsman. He knew the skeletal and the muscular system like nobody else's business. This guy, oof, you want to study real nice lines and how to portray the most realistic human body with the least amount of lines. You want to study him. Milt Kahl was an exceptional animator, but he knew it. so he would always correct other animators. He would draw over their drawings, which infuriated even some of the most generous of animators on the team. I must say, I don't know I would want to work under him. Pretty sure I'd be questioning everything in myself after a day of that. But I mean, look at the work he did. So Milt would go on to animate Peter, as well as all three Darling children. It's okay. He was that good. He could handle all of that. If you watch my video on Animated Talk, we go into that in some great depth. Okay, before I do this, let's make sure I've got the body in here. I'm talking instead of, well, you know what I'm doing. I don't need to explain everything, do I? So here, let's throw in rib cage, yeah, waist, yeah, because we're not drawing, we're drawing a man here. We're drawing a young man. I have no idea how old Peter is. Wow, that's funny. I don't think I ever thought of that before. I have no idea how old he is. It doesn't matter. Okay, so Peter Pan has a Peter Pan collar. Oh, you guys are probably saying, what is a Peter Pan collar? It's this. Okay, so we've got a collar that comes out like this on both sides. I'll darken in what I'm keeping. And I'm going to stop there because I'm going to draw him with his arms crossed. I get emails, I get comments. You guys want me to go over drawing crossed arms more. I don't blame you. It eluded me for the longest time when I was learning. There are tricks to it. So here, we're going to go over the tricks. The arms make a rectangular shape. Okay, so we got the rectangle here, right? And then what I do is I just kind of throw in the basic idea of where those arms are going to rest. Then what I do is I go from the outermost limb, right? So this part of the forearm is the one that's on top. So I'm going to darken this one in first. Make sure you give him some meat there to his forearm, to his elbow. Okay. I'm also going to darken in this part of his arm here. But I'm going to stop there because the next outermost part are his fingers over here. So I'm just going to throw in just like so. Now I can throw in the sleeve on this arm and make sure you round off his shoulder like that. Okay, so now the uppermost that's left here is going to be this forearm. This hand tucks under, and then we'll just finish off the sleeve here like so. Takes a lot of practice, but once you kind of figure it all out, I mean, that is actually not as hard as we kind of make it out to be. Let me just kind of clean it up a little bit here because, well, my original drawing of Peter was kind of clean. Here, said I'm using it for reference. I was devastated when I learned that that camera stopped working. Okay. But you see, I'm not working on live TV. I can do whatever I want. And if I wasn't so honest, you guys would never know. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's throw in some of that costume. So we've got a rope belt here. It's also working as a holster for his dagger. So we're going to put that dagger in here. This is one of my favorite Disney movies. I don't have one. I have to cheat. I have to cheat. There are so many good films. I can't just have one. All right. So now that I got the dagger in there, I will throw in the rest of this tunic here. He wears a long shirt or a tunic that comes out in these little points, right? Because the original description of Peter was that he wore a ratty set of clothes that resembled leaves from the jungle. So here, let's finish this shoe off here. So his shoes kind of resemble a little bit of the same kind of slippers that the seven dwarves wear, right? Or Mickey when he's the sorcerer's apprentice. They're like moccasins almost, right? And they bow out right here at the toes area, and then there's this little excess fabric right there. Same thing on this side. Kind of already taken care of that one. Okay, so now let's dive into the face. Okay. All right, so we have our crosshairs here already, right? His eyes are ovals. Then halfway down there we'll have his nose, and his nose is upturned, right? Underneath his eye, we're going to throw in a cheek line and a cheek line here. Like I said, his face is very elf-like. During the film, when he's being animated, you don't really pick up on it as much. But when they did all of the production work and the model sheets, you can really see the elf-like qualities. So let's see if I can do that here. We've got some upper teeth. And if we were doing close-up, we would use those canine teeth in there as well. Okay, now this is where the eyes get tricky. So he has these eyelids, but they are upturned like this. I used to get his eyes wrong all the time until I studied those model sheets. That's why the model sheets are so important. Now, thanks to the internet, we have access to so many. So whatever I wasn't able to get from the studio, for the most part, you can find it online. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to do this episode before the landscapers got here. I failed you. Okay. Okay, so now that we've got that in there, I'm going to darken in all of those lines that I need to keep. High cheekbone, jaw, and an elf-like ear right here. Gotta point it. And now what I do from here is I'm going to put the hat line right there. He's got a pointed hat. I think that might be too much hair. Too much hair. Yes, the Lost Boys needed a haircut, but... Oh, that's better. Okay. Yeah, I gave him too much hair. Yeah, the Lost Boys need haircuts, but it wasn't that bad. Okay, and now that's when I'll throw in those tufts of hair in the front. Comes from underneath the hat. We got a small tuft here. We've got a large one here. And there we go, just like that. gonna, some stray tufts. There we have it. Let's throw. One thing I remember pointing out when I was drawing the original sketch is that when you're cartooning, when you're designing, when you're drawing anything, you want to make sure that things don't line up perfectly, right? With the original sketch, I was drawing in the bottom of his tunic, and I had it meeting here. I can still see the lines. And I didn't like that because it met up with where his legs overlapped. So I pushed it over a little bit. You don't want anything that great. I just remembered it while I'm putting in his feather. You know, we only see the part of his feather from behind his hat, right? But I almost put the cut to his feather in line with the top of his hat. You don't want that either. I'll put it up here. And doesn't that figure, though? The lawnmower shuts off just in time to end the video. I can't win. Guys, if you like drawing videos like this, I've got a whole playlist right here for you. If you like drawing with me, let's make a day of it. I also invite you to go check out how they made Peter Pan. It's a video on my other channel, Animator Talk. I will put the link in the description. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to that and spreading the word so that we can let everybody know about this new channel, I'd be so appreciative. Guys, I want to thank you so much for drawing with me today, and until the next video, we will see you later.